Welcome to Crash FM with me, Stryker. If you're steaming off the I-5, welcome to Silver Lake. This is the home of pescado. This is the home of fish, silverfish apparently, and one big leg. Also, the hottest burnout action this side of the state. Now it's you versus the clock. Who's gonna win? Want to know the quickest route out of here? Actually, so do I. But in the meantime, catch the takedown action. Our burners are just lining up and it's going to be sick. You're listening to Crash FM. You're in with Crash FM. It's a cold day out there in Winter City, but nothing quite warms you up like a burnout. Need I say more? Okay, takedown transmission coming at you. Listen up. It's non-stop keeping the snow off the roads at Winter City, but then again, I've heard it's a very well-paid job. Oh. It's on Crash FM, and I see an off-road pass through the jungle. I see trees and traffic cones. I see wild animals. I see flying cars. I know what's going on. The burners are in town. For all your racing info, stay with Crash FM. You got it on Crash FM. The Lion has had his day. Say hello to the internal combustion engine. King of the road, king of the off-road, king of the jungle. All rise. What's up? I'm Stryker, checking out the news and views for you here on Crash FM. Man, there is so much going down here at the Riviera. My head is spinning, and I don't know if it's from the weather or all those tequilas I slammed last night or the lady I met. It could be all three. So less talking, more music. Stay tuned. Crash FM. Take one burner, a car filled with boost, streets ram with traffic, spark the ignition and fly. Crash FM, back again, you're listening, thank you. Are you sure you're happy though with those race times? Maybe there's a bigger crash beckoning. If so, you're in the right place, the home of the Vineyard, Alpine, and the wonderful Riviera. Great circuits, great locations, great takedown opportunities. What are you waiting for? All right, listen up. 6 racers are required ASAP for a low-down, dirty fight to the finish line. Any takers?
Looking for some shit.
Back with Crash FM, and man, this place has so many tunnels, meaning it's even more satisfying for you adrenaline junkies. There's nothing quite like seeing a car barreling down the inside of the tunnels and using your super honed racing instincts to rack up crash escape bonuses. Rock on, race lovers. Yes, you are back with Crash FM. Great weather, we got great scenery, and of course, I am looking at a bunch of lovely tan ladies with no tan lines. I love my job. Also, there's great cafes right here on the Riviera. Make sure you stay with Crash FM for all your news.
All my friends have come and gone. It's like my past erased and traveled into space. I'm loving.
You're back with Crash FM, and our lovely little sponsor said we can't use their corporate yacht in the harbor. Stupid suits. So burners, for me, I beg of you, see if you can torpedo it with a taxi. We got everything you need right here on Crash FM. up? I'm Stryker, checking out the news and views for you here on Crash FM. Man, there is so much going down here at the Riviera. My head is spinning, and I don't know if it's from the weather or all those tequilas I slammed last night, or the lady I met. It could be all three. So, less talking, more music. Stay tuned, Crash FM. I'm hanging with you guys for all things Burnout. I'm Stryker on Crash FM.
I'm driving this into my radio, taking out the airway. Give me something to outro, give me something to sing about. Give me a reason to care. I'm sitting around forever. Water down words covered in songs. I know true. That life is beautiful. Life is pain, give it to me straight. Touch my heart.
You're on Crash FM with me, Stryker, and you know what? The A5 runs through here all the way to Alpine, and what a monster route that is. From the coast to the mountains, warm to cold, Burnout Racing has it all. The only other thing you need for a journey like that is some racers to join you and some freaking great music. So hang out, make sure you stay with Crash FM for all your news. Now this is what we call a TRE, target-rich environment. Pedal to the metal and metal onto metal, that's how you eliminate. Get as many as you can before the clock ticks to zero or until your car expires. Striker. That's me on Crash FM. Yep, that's right, you found me. I'm Striker on Euro Crash FM, the only place to find the music to burn to. Okay, the road rage competition is both against the clock and against your car. How many targets can you eliminate in the time provided? More importantly, can your car survive? It's all about speed and controlled aggression. Get to it. Crash FM is back again, and you know what? The route to the A57 is beginning to fill up with traffic. Guess they're heading out to the coast. Fortunately for all burners, this means more lamers to race through. Get to it and make sure you show them that not all the hot bodywork is on the beach. Keep it right here on Crash FM for all the updates. You're listening to my favorite station. I work here. This is Crash FM, and it's time to spin the wheels at the casino. Not the roulette wheel, but the burnout wheel. We got a race to run. Crash FM is back again, and you know what? The route to the A57 is beginning to fill up with traffic. Guess they're heading out to the coast. Fortunately for all burners, this means more lamers to race through. Get to it, and make sure you show them that not all the hot bodywork is on the beach. Keep it right here on Crash FM for all the updates.
Turn the radio up and we'll sing. Turn the radio up and we'll sing. What's up? Turn the radio up and we'll sing a song to bring you back. Turn the radio up and we'll sing a song.
You're listening to Crash FM, and the only thing I know about the French is they invented the hot air balloon. But who the hell cares about that? We're talking with the Burnout Racers, and the tree-lined streets of Vineyard contain all the hot air action you need to know about. Crash FM, the place to go for all your circuit updates. What crazy mother thought this game up? 6 rivals thrashing through traffic-packed streets, slamming each other to steal boost, trying to take down the rival racers to be first across the line. Dude, I salute you. You're listening to Crash FM, broadcasting from a laptop in Europe right now. Time to look up old friends, take in the sights, maybe learn a language or two. Oh, and of course, hook up with fellow burners for some great action across Alpine, Riviera, and Vineyard locations. Hang out for all the circuit happenings on Crash FM. Welcome back to Crash FM. The sun is shining, the fresh mountain air makes you glad to be alive. Can you hear it? It's cold. I like that. Stay tuned right here to Crash Radio. So I hear Mac has just set a record time on the Peak 3 Jam. What the hell? This is the wrong gig! Burners, grab your wheels and head up to the foothills for some of the fastest racing this side of the pond. Light them up and stay tuned to Crash Radio. striker, and what more do you need? Alright, I know we really don't want people to lay off their boost around this circuit. Sometimes you must though, and one of those times is the hairpin between the high arch bridge and one of the tunnels. You know the one. I mean, it's the one that most of you have scraped all the way around. Use your brain, you'll get fitter that way. For all your highway listening, stay with Crash FM. Takedown transmission coming at you. Listen up. Most of our competitors are into extreme sports. I wonder if any of them have tried the new approach to bungee jumping at the bridges of Alpine. It's done without a bungee. Crash FM is back again, and you know what? The route to the A57 is beginning to fill up with traffic. Guess they're heading out to the coast. Fortunately for all burners, this means more lamers to race through. Get to it, and make sure you show them that not all the hot bodywork is on the beach. Keep it right here on Crash FM for all the updates. What crazy mother thought this game up? 6 rivals thrashing through traffic packed streets, slamming each other to steal boost, trying to take down the rival racers to be first across the line. Dude, I salute you. are listening to Crash FM, and this is ridiculous. It cost over $1,000 to stay at the Grand. I placed a bunch of bets to cover my bill, but not in the casino, on the race that's launching in 2. What's up, you guys? I'm Stryker on Crash FM, and we are in the most beautiful part of the Riviera. Can you smell that? That's the smell of That's not the smell of money. That's the smell from the boost fumes from the race earlier today. Either way, the action has been awesome with more to come. Crash FM back again. Now seriously, this is the life. Leaving the smog-filled streets of the US behind and enjoying the views of the river from the Café Kilometre. This is Crash. You know, they're known for great food, great... Yep, that's right, you found me. I'm Stryker on Euro Crash FM, the only place to find the music to burn to. Hey, here's a little twist to the rules. Whoever's last across the finish line on each lap, well, you're eliminated. Can you see where the name comes from? This is Crash FM, and it is now time for a French lesson. Un, deux, trois, kisses with the counterclockwise swirl also work. Oh yeah, I can do multilingual. I've taken a crash course in the language of Burnout. That was a public service announcement brought to you by Les Jeux d'Emploi Crash FM. Takedown transmission coming at you, listen up. The biggest cause of accidents at Vineyard is drunk driving. The second biggest is driving drink. Pay attention to those wine trucks. For you. The municipal authorities have decorated the riverfront mile. They've installed a number of hard standings in the middle of the road. Very cool and just perfect for taking
Inspiring, shining, rising. And when you're in my way, I'm not dividing. Leave from you, cause we're working together. Perfect and splendor like the currents of the weather. This splinter in
You're listening to Crash FM. The Burnout Tour always gets a very friendly reception when we return back to Europe. Time to show them what they've been missing, right here on Crash FM. Okay, the road rage competition is both against the clock and against your car. How many targets can you eliminate in the time provided? More importantly, can your car survive? It's all about speed and controlled aggression. Get to it. Back with Crash FM and the Excelsior Hotel, side of an awesome 180. Well, it's also what you'll do. Crash FM back again, and you guys, these European chicks are so hot. I hear they love being romance. How about a nice quiet drive in the country? Forget that. Bring on the Burnout action, and if she doesn't like it, she ain't your type. For all your highway listening, stay with Crash FM.
You tried to sever your ties with the London skies, but you got the whole thing wrong. You tried to be so different, that's just everybody.
One-on-one, mano-a-mano, this is a racing bar fight. Crash FM, and man, this place has so many tunnels, meaning it's even more satisfying for you adrenaline junkies. There's nothing quite like seeing a car barreling down the inside of the tunnels and using your super honed racing instincts to rack up crash escape bonuses. Rock on, race lovers. So I hear Mac has just set a record time on the Peak 3 Jam. What the hell? This is the wrong gig! Burners, grab your wheels and head up to the foothills for some of the fastest racing this side of the pond. Light them up and stay tuned to Crash Radio. Okay, Takedown transmission coming at you. Listen up. If your rivals are a bit hot for you, try dunking them at the Riviera. The water looks coolest down by the marina. You're back with Crash FM, and it's official. We are now the #1 attraction in the Riviera this month. That ain't saying too much, though. It was between us and the Wine Museum. I better get to some music. Hold on. You're back with Crash FM, and I never thought I'd say this, but I'm just about through with this whole baguette thing. It's making me tubby. The carbs are going up. All I'm looking for today is an honest-to-goodness, wholesome Burnout sandwich with all the trimmings. Guys and gals, feed me, please. Race GP rules aren't too complex. First place wins the most points available in each race. Whoever has the most points when it's all over wins. Okay, here's where the competition is really gonna get fierce. You gotta place as high as you can over a series of races to do well in a GP. Stand by. FM, we are back. The sun is shining, the weather is fine, and this time of the day, there are no patrons clogging the sidewalk along Café Kilometre. You know what you should do? I say, let's give Jacques some work. Spread the cheap furniture street-wide and shorten your route to the finish. I'm Stryker on Crash FM. Listening to my favorite station. I work here. This is Crash FM, and it's time to spin the wheels at the casino. Not the roulette wheel, but the burnout wheel. We got a race to run. It is Crash FM, and apparently only the beautiful are on the streets today. The cars are exquisitely styled, the road is decorated with the finest flowers, and I believe champagne and caviar is being consumed in the roadside cafes. So why don't we just spoil the party burnout style? Six drivers, a set of races, it's race GP time. You gotta be consistently great to progress in this competition. Crash FM, and now listen up, burners. It's your man Stryker, and I have some hot news from the cold winter city. Word has it that we're going to be seeing a whole lot more trams around town today, and I know there's nothing quite like a takedown into one of them babies, so go burning! want to keep up on the latest? Easy. Burnout3.ea.com. You're in tune with Crash FM, and now listen up, burners. It's your man Stryker, and I have some hot news from the cold winter city. Word has it that we're going to be seeing a whole lot more trams around town today, and I know there's nothing quite like a takedown into one of them babies, so go burn it! What's going on? It's Stryker on Crash FM. I never knew the Wright brothers had Alpine descendants. Looking out across the valley landscape and all around the Autobahn, just about everyone is trying to get their vehicles flying. Good job! Stick around, you guys, for all the circuit happenings here on Crash FM. You're listening to Crash FM, and I'm hooking you up with everything inside the world of Burnout and everything you need to know to follow the European leg of the Burnout circuit. You know what one of the biggest problems in this alpine environment is? Snow blindness, whiteouts. It sucks when you totally nail your car because of it. Don't say I didn't warn you. Take care on the high tunnel approaches. That was a public service announcement brought to you by Crash FM. Crash FM. The valley floor looks like a junkyard. I've never seen so many beautiful cars stacked in one place. Great work, everyone. Keep them coming. Need a quick reminder to see what's happening? Check out burnout3.ea.com.
It's burning like the beast. My pants have all been pressed and all my collars neatly creased. My right thumb and thumb is up 'cause now the hounds have been released. Cloud around my head, leaves beneath my feet. Fever in my fingertips and grease between my teeth. Shaking when I wake up, keep on keeping.
Counting down to carnage. Vineyard Crash Junction, available now. Ah, the Crash Junctions are open for business. How much damage can you create? You want to be my Winter City eye in the sky? All right, try and launch your car upwards to get some cool airborne action. Those European drivers are maniacs, giving us a perfect way to blend in. These snow-filled streets are a great place to cause some mass crash-inspired devastation. What's up, you guys? I am Stryker, and the answer is yes, I do love Winter City. And you want the latest crash action? Okay, keep it here. You want to be my Winter City eye in the sky? All right, try and launch your car upwards to get some cool airborne action.
I'm driving this into my radio, checking out the airwaves for something to believe in. Give me something to hold you, give me something to sing about.